Hello everyone and welcome back. So I really wanted to get to this video. This was sent to me by a viewer. He just started playing online after being really nervous and afraid to jump in, but he finally did. Had a great time, so he sent me here. This is his first battle ever, and he wanted me to critique it. So he'll do a really good job actually for a new player, even for an experienced player. He does a very good job. I hope to see more battles from him because he does really well. Let's look at his setup. He has 1 Bow Ashigaru, 4 Katana Samurai, 2 Yari Ashigaru, and then Crabbin over here with 2 Light Cavalry. I love the crab deployment. It's so aggressive. I just love to see it, even if it's not the best option. We'll wait a second to see Purple's over here, but his is somewhat similar. 3 Bow Ashigaru, let's see, 1, 2 Yari Ashigaru, and 3 Katana Samurai, no cavalry. So unfortunately over here for our hero, who I will call Black, his username though is Koinkadoink. Interesting. Sadly for him, he won't be able to do a true crab deployment because the enemy start on the opposite side of his cavalry and they won't be able to get off a good ambush. But still, they will be able to get off a decent ambush because they can still come around the forest here, and if they wait long enough, he can get a good surprise with his cavalry and rush in the rear. So as to be expected, Purple makes a rush for the high ground here just to take it. He's not going to camp, so good for him, but he's going to secure it. And Black responds to that. He's just going to be kind of waiting around the foothills for a good opportunity to attack. It's just moving right now, so I will fast forward. But let's talk about advantages. Both armies seem to be entirely fresh. I don't think there's a single veteran in this battle. Let's see, the chevrons there, it says 2-star. It might be that bug, though. Yeah, this is a 2-star versus a 0-star. Or a 1, rank 1? I don't know. But anyway, so it's a small-sized battle. No room for vets. They both seem to be pretty low rank, so probably don't have any anyway, at least not a very high rank. So 2 fresh armies here. Looks like it's about full. If you look at the 2 armies, I wouldn't be expecting an ambush from Purple. Both new players. Purple is going to take the high ground here just to get a nice secure base to go from. And, right, I was going to talk about advantages, kind of got lost there. But pretty even on the infantry. Let's see, Black has 4 katanas and 2 Yari Ashigaru. Purple has 3 katanas and... was that 2? Yes, 2 Yari Ashigaru, so pretty even. Black has 1 more Katana Samurai than Purple. But Purple has a ranged advantage, having 2 more Bow Ashigaru than Black. But a big advantage for Black is his Light Cavalry. Black has 2 of them, and Purple has none. So Purple would really need to watch for cavalry here. Find a good place to neutralize them. Obviously, fighting in a forest would be a great idea. But let's just see what happens. Purple is going to move out of the hilltop shortly. Should be fast-forwarding. He'll be moving out shortly to skirmish, having the skirmishing advantage. It's a good idea, and a terrain advantage having the high ground. So, being his first battle, he was pretty nervous. I'm sure he was quite petrified to be walking up the hill on the attack. It seems so foolhardy to walk up a hill and attack, but it's not as scary as you think, as we will see here. So, Black, see, with Bow Ashigaru, you really can't get a skirmish advantage if you don't have numbers. With Bow Samurai and Bow Monks, even if you have a smaller number of them, you can still kind of finagle a position to put yourself in that'll give you an advantage, or at least be able to do way more damage than you should. Like we saw in the last battle, 1 Bow Warrior Monk was able to do a ton of damage to 4 Bow Samurai. But with Bow Ashigaru, especially fresh one, you just can't really do that. So they're best just as a distraction, and that's what he'll do really well here. He'll screen his infantry advance with his bows. Now Purple is going to respond to him moving up, and is just going to start shooting at Black's Bow Ashigaru. Now, knowing that he has a pretty serious disadvantage in the ranged attack, Black is going to press his attack early, which is a good thing. Purple's bows are now kind of on auto-fire and are shooting at Black's Bow Ashigaru. Meanwhile, his cavalry are moving through the forest to get as close as possible for the ambush. Once they're close, Black will start his attack. Black's taken some pretty heavy casualties, but he's only lost about 20 men, so... not too bad, basically done nothing to these bows, but they'll do their job in that they will take arrows for the main line. Look where all these arrows are going, right into the Bow Ashigaru. It's always great to put a screen up if the enemy has a ranged advantage. Just have somebody take the bows. See, watch where these arrows go. Right into the Bow Ashigaru. They're ignoring the katanas because they're on auto-fire, so they locked onto that Bow Ashigaru. Eventually, Purple will realize this and start shooting the katanas. But look how much ground they covered. They got about halfway through Purple's bow range without taking any damage. Look where the bodies start right here. So they're only going to get off 2, maybe 3 volleys before black reaches our lines. Purple makes a bad move in not moving his bows back with that ranged advantage. It would have been really nice to keep him alive, especially having no cavalry and an infantry disadvantage. He needs something to turn the infantry battle in his favor. He does have the terrain, which is favorable, but keeping those bows alive would have been much better. Really needed something to turn that battle. That's when black's light cavalry is going to come out, and slight complaint here with how black uses his cavalry. It's a great idea to go for the general. That's what he's going to do. That's a great idea. Nothing wrong with that. But what I would have done in this situation is, because you don't have a very good attack and you're going uphill, I would have had 1 light cavalry tie down the general, and then 1 just smash into the rear of the infantry once or maybe twice, and then maybe join the battle in the general. Just get 1 or 2 charges off to shake their morale, kill a bunch of people, get a nice downhill charge into the infantry. I probably would have done that instead of sending both cavalry into the enemy general. Especially with light cavalry on an uphill charge, it may not do that much damage to the general. Another complaint here is over here he has 2 Yari Ashigaru. What I would have done, well, first I'll say, black sent his Katana Samurai to fight over here. I probably would have sent 1 Yari Ashigaru up here just to hold down these 2, and sent all my Katanas at the main line, and try and break the main line, and then you can just swarm the remaining chunk. A good thing to do is just send 1 unit to hold down as much as possible, while the main force just swallows up the enemy in chunks. So I would have probably sent my Yari Ashigaru here, having no cavalry to worry about. They can just be on hold down the enemy chunks duty. Kind of weird phrasing, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's continue. Does a good job keeping his spears back on reserve. They need to be reactive. No cavalry has come out for purple, so it's obvious at this point that he has no cavalry, or if he does, they'll just be too late to make a difference. Now they can join the infantry fight. Again, but anyway, this 1 Katana Samurai will beat these 2 Yari Ashigaru, so you didn't need to send this one over here. Since they were already tied down, I probably would have sent him straight up this gap here between the 2 chunks, and either engage the general directly, since he has like a clear path to him here, or just flanked around and hit the infantry. Either option would have been about as good as the other. Both generals have activated their rally. And the thing about this attack, purple got a nice little downhill charge into black, so his main line isn't doing too good. They're all down to about half strength, except this Yari Ashigaru that just joined the fight. But the Bow Ashigaru are going to rout, and I think that's going to send the... yeah, they have the Friends routing morale debuff, so that's going to set off a chain reaction, and everybody's just going to kind of rout. That's what I mean by sending in your strongest units, morale-wise at least, first, so you don't get that chain reaction. You don't want the Ashigaru running out and just scaring the rest of your force. So purple's just going to kind of break here. But the main line is still holding. They're wavering, but they're not quite ready to break. So black kind of loses control of his Katana Samurai here, kind of misses him. Just be careful and make sure you guys don't have guys running all over the battlefield chasing routers. You need to move them back to where they matter. I think, yeah, there he goes. He got him. The Yari Ashigaru is going to join the battle with the general. Is holding quite strong, being only level 2. He's not that far into a melee tree if he is, but he's still doing a good job of holding strong and doing a good job of staying alive at least, but there he goes, going to rout. Black has lost a lot of men on his main infantry. There goes 1 unit shattered. So the infantry line was in serious trouble. Maybe shouldn't have been, but the rest of the battle went okay, and so it didn't end up mattering because this chunk broke. The general was taken out, so it all worked out. Overall, a really good battle there by black. I think purple was going to concede very shortly, so I think I'll just pause it right here. Overall, that was a pretty good attack by black. It's very intimidating to attack up a hill, and it seems like people on top of hills have this just unassailable position, and you just can't attack uphill. But you can. It's a lot easier than you think. As long as you use the strategy, you just outmaneuver your opponent. The cavalry coming in from the rear there, especially enemies that have no cavalry, that's a huge advantage for you. If you have cavalry and they don't, that is huge, and you need to exploit that. And black did an okay job hitting the general, but I would maybe split him up and have 1 hit the infantry line once or twice at least, and then maybe join the battle with the general. Also, black's general did not join the battle at all. I think towards the end he could have ran in and maybe hit the general or even hit the infantry line. But not having any skill points in the general, maybe not such a good idea, but it's a possibility. But overall, really good job there. So thanks for watching.